What's up? It's your boy B Slate in the building.
Hey yo.
Hey yo, B Wentz in the building. Hey, first and foremost, birthday today. I think Catherine Cherry is.
Oh my gosh.
Turning the big 1-2 today. So
that's exciting.
Almost a teenager.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting stuff.
What they call that? Preteen.
Pre-adolescent. So big day for her. Shout out. Is there another person's birthday? Yeah, coming up here in about 2 days.
Yeah. We got another birthday coming. I'm just trying to think. I think it's Josh Lee again. I think his birthday is gonna happen again.
Yeah.
His birthday was on the 14th, but then I think it's also on the 30th.
Yeah, I think it's in the ASB Constitution. The vice president gets 2 birthdays.
Nah, that can't be right. I think it's actually Jaden Armitage on the 30th. Yeah, Jaden, that's right. Not Josh, Jaden. I get those two mixed up.
A rumor has it that one of her winter wishes might actually happen.
Jaden Armitage?
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, her name may or may not be mentioned in the winter wish. So we'll see.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now, but I'm intrigued.
Yeah, she made a winter wish. She had asked that I come out of retirement and do a rap song for the seniors.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I remember at the time, looking at the spreadsheet saying, when am I ever going to get the time to do this? That's not going to happen.
And then you had more time than you wished.
I sure did. And so, we'll see what happens.
Do you have like a little teaser, or are you waiting for a big drop, or what's going to happen?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll load the teaser up in this video. We'll see.
Okay.
See.
Well,
I don't know. I got to finish it. It's going to take some time. It's we don't mess around over here.
I have heard some of your past work, some of your past, do you call it bars, or what do you say?
That's what the kids call it. They call it bars. I think there's a Z, maybe a S. I'm not sure at the end of that, but
I think they also might say that it's fire. It's really good.
Potentially, we'll see.
I'm excited about that.
The kids these days, they might, they might say, you're wrong for Mr. Slater. You're wrong for this. You're too grown for this. You're too old for this.
They don't know.
Well, they'd be correct. Actually, I am. I'm way too old for this. I'm getting too old for this. I'm too grown for this.
But when you got a message, you can't stop it.
You can't, and it's a winter wish by a birthday girl. So I don't know. We'll see what we can do about that. But it's been 9 years, man. The last graduation song I wrote was for 2011.
Whoa.
And I had done one for, basically 2003 forward. So I got to deal with, 2012 is going to be mad. 2013 is going to be mad. 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Be like, where was ours,
Well, you tell them that they had a prom. You tell them that they got to do a legit graduation.
Yep.
You tell them that 2020 is special.
Very unique. Yep.
And Mr. Slater, if you do this, I hope that it goes to the top of the charts.
Yeah.
As it should.
Well, that's certainly not anything that I would be aiming for nor care about. I'm trying to get B Weezy up on the track. So let me know if you want to make a cameo. We've had Bouchard before appear on the tracks. We've had the famous Christopher Clayton has made a guest appearance on a couple of the songs. And as a matter of fact, that's when Clayton left, was the last year that I had done a graduation song. So
that propelled him.
That catapulted him to the University of Georgia to go get his PhD. If that song was not recorded, he doesn't get his PhD. He's no longer Dr. Clayton. So
wow. Well, maybe I should be careful what I wish for. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see, man. But let's get to the character goal stem. I think
we're just chit chatting over here. We got to get focused.
We do. We got to get focused. Although maybe the kids have enjoyed it. I don't know. You know what? There's bigger things to worry about these days. So let's have a little bit of fun.
Absolutely.
This week's character goal stem is: the strength of our characters revealed is proven out in the crucible of difficult relationships. I will focus on strengthening my character in the midst of challenging relationships this week by. What are your thoughts on that stem, Wentz?
Well, I think one of the things that is inevitable is that we're going to have difficult relationships in our lives, right? If not with family members, maybe it's at work, maybe it's with future in-laws, right? Like, you're going to likely encounter, if you haven't already, difficult relationship. And one of the things that I think is powerful is when we realize and recognize that there's learning and there's growth in the trial, that there's learning and growth in the midst of the crucible, right? The difficult relationships that are happening there. And I think sometimes we shy away from difficult, but I remember playing a clip from A League of Their Own in my Principles of Leadership classes that talks about, it's the hard that makes it good, and that's a real quick just reminder of some of the power in the challenge, and if we simply look to avoid or escape when things are hard, it might be easier, right? But it might not reach the same level of not only character growth, but good that could come from those relationships.
Yep. I think you could even swap out the word relationships and go with difficult times here. Mm-hmm. I know, I was talking to one of my buddies this last week, and he was sharing some challenges that he was facing at work. And, I shared with him that line that I constantly find myself going back to, is their character, not mine. Is your character, not mine. But the unspoken after that is, but I still have a character to maintain. So even though I didn't ask for whatever it is that I'm dealing with right now, I didn't ask for this difficult situation, I didn't ask for this difficult relationship, I'm still in it, and I still have my own character. I don't get to just say, well, because you have poor character, my character's off the hook. Right. I still have my own character to craft and mold and shape and maintain. And going back to the meters concept, as soon as somebody's character collides with mine, my characters are live. My meters are live, right? They're active. They're moving and shaking depending on my choices that I make in that collision. So that's this week. What our hope is that you'll be thinking about those collisions that maybe you didn't ask for in those difficult relationships, and what is it what is your character strong, or is it weak? And if it's weak, what are you doing to improve it and strengthen it? Because character creates relationships produce influence, and influence creates leaders, right? So let's just be mindful of those things and those choices we make, even if we didn't ask for them.
Yeah, and then be thinking too, like we always challenge you to be thinking about, how do you take this idea and make it concrete, make it measurable, right? Maybe it's something like spending quality time with a person, or asking. Mr. Slater has done a great job with this in his classroom when he's had conflict. Hey, is there anything that I need to apologize for? Is there anything I need to ask for forgiveness about? Because it seems like things are rough or rocky with us, and that kind of gives an open door, a humble open door that says, maybe there's something going on that I don't realize or recognize in this relationship that I need to take ownership for or over. And that's a kind of a thing that you might choose to do this week. You might also simply, like I said, spend some time with somebody you have a challenging relationship with, even if it's like the last thing you feel like doing. It might be that time engaging with them in an activity or a task that they enjoy. It might be something that you find gives you an inroad or helps improve the health of the relationship. Yep. I don't know, maybe it's an honest conversation too. In my family of origin, we do a good job of making it appear as if everything is okay. And we do a good job consequently of brushing sometimes the dirt or the difficult under the rug, or going and talking with another family member about that. And that doesn't always solve the problem. In fact, sometimes it complicates the problem. It compounds it, because then the next time that it comes up, it just gets worse, or you become more bitter, more frustrated, more angry, that this has become a pattern that you, interestingly, are doing nothing to help solve. So maybe that's a step for you. You strengthen the relationships this week by having a difficult conversation or being honest about something.
Yeah. You know, that line, you kind of raised or reminded me of something when that line, you know, is there something I need to apologize for? There was a book that I read called Never Split the Difference. Former FBI hostage negotiator Chris Voss, he talks about aiming for no in the questions you ask, especially in tough situations. You should aim for no, not yes. And a really good example is that, is there something I need to apologize for? If the person says no, there's nothing you need to apologize for. Understand that it takes some processing to answer that question no. It's actually, in many cases, easier to say yes than it is to say no. And the scary part is if somebody answers with a yes, like I'll give you another example. This is from the book. Asking, hey, is right now a good time to talk? Or are you available to talk right now? If somebody says yes, in many cases, that yes is a counterfeit yes. Maybe they're busy and they say, yeah, go ahead, what's going on? And they stop what they're doing. They're still thinking about what they're doing. And you're going to tell them what you need to tell them. And they're going to say, okay, thanks for sharing. All right, have a good day. And they're going to go right back to their work. In other words, it's kind of a counterfeit yes. They're not really listening. They're not all in. But if you phrase your question, is right now a bad time to talk? If they answer yes to that, what they're saying is, yeah, it's a bad time. Come back another time when it's a better time. They've given you an honest yes. But if they say no, it's not a bad time. Understand that processing to get to know required them to say, is this a bad time? You know what? No, it's not a bad time. Take a seat. Let's talk. And now they put away whatever they were working on, and they completely give you their attention because they've actually processed and said, no, it's not a bad time. And now they've had to commit. They're committing themselves to you in that moment. And so if you ask the question, is there something I need to apologize for? And they say no, they've actually processed that. Is there something this person needs to apologize to me for? No. And guess what follows up in their thinking? I'm being maybe a little unreasonable right now.
Yeah.
Or this is all on me. Or they might say, no, you don't have anything to apologize for, but let me tell you what's going on in my life right now that's really creating anxiety and causing me to lash out the way I'm lashing out.
Yeah.
And if they say yes, there is something to apologize for, well, that's great news. As hard as it is to hear that maybe you fell short in meeting their expectations, they're still going to tell you how you fell short. And that's a good thing. That means, by the way, that they care enough about the relationship to tell you the truth and ultimately try to patch things up with you. So the challenge is, maybe that's one thing you do this week, is you aim for no in some questions that you ask in order to produce a legitimate yes when the person's ready, you know, if it's necessary. Gets people talking. So if you want to find out more information, check out that book. It's one of my favorite books I've read in the last 2 years or so. Never Split the Difference. And the central premise is life is a negotiation, and sometimes you can't afford to split the difference. You know, in the hostage negotiations, a win is not you give us half of the hostages and you kill the other half and we'll call it a deal. No, you can't afford to split the difference in a hostage negotiation. So I thought, you know, just a little sidetrack. I didn't plan on talking about that, but here we are. So
that's good. I like it.
All right. Well, we should probably turn them loose. Yeah.
I think so. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
You know, those of you that are, we appreciate you taking the time. Hopefully you find value and potentially entertainment in this. And who knows, we might just give away a car this week to the first person that responds.
You know, just give a car away. That's
might be a Hot Wheel, but it might still be a car. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we'll close out with the preview of the track. Yeah,
I think that's a great idea.
Just a little snippet.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah, let's go. Yo, DJ Slate, yo, drop that beat.
What do you know, class of 2020, here you go. The last graduation song I wrote 9 years ago was only 30 years old. The kids I wrote it for is almost 30 years old. I'm too old for this.